Oh, that's nice. We've been overseas for the last few months, and we are about to see how well we did. When I first started this business, even spending just a few $100s seemed like such a huge risk. Eventually that became thousands and then the tens of thousands. But this shipment represents the largest investment I've ever had in a single import. And if you were to have told me 30 years ago that I would be operating at this level, I would have never believed you. So you guys, the baby melinus did arrive. I didn't show you all of these when I was at the farm, but we have, I don't know, I think 4 of these or something like that. They're going to be picked up later today. And to elaborate a little bit on what I was saying in the previous video about these possibly becoming banned, it is actually something that the EU is initiating at the July CITES meeting. And they're going to probably propose a ban, and it's going to go to a vote. And if it passes, they will probably remove the export quota from Indonesia for this species, and also Varanus beckeri. So these I did not show in the farm video. These are Argus monitors. There are 2 in the shipment, and they are also going to be picked up in just a little while here. But very robust. I'm really happy when they come out of the boxes, even though they're cold, but they look great. The eyes are nice and bright and wide open, and they're active. So we're gonna get them warmed up and then wait for the customers to start showing up and pick up their orders. And we were lucky, you guys, we ended up getting some more Aru Island scrub pythons. So really pretty animals. There's a little bit of variation in them, but basically what you see here with the yellow, this is kind of what they're known for. They have somewhat of a fractured up pattern, and they have a lot of yellow. And this animal's cold, a little bit dark because of that, but we're gonna put them away and we'll check them tomorrow, and we'll see if any like really color up nice. I'm sure there will be some real nice ones in there. It's a very difficult thing to judge animals when they first come out of the bags. Thanks. So we have 2 much larger Arus. I've never really seen any bigger ones like this, but the eyes are crazy to me. They are just a very strange color. They're very light and they stand out, and they're big. What a cool looking animal. If I get too close, he's gonna take a whack at me for sure. But those eyes are something else. I've never seen anything like that before. The Arus are very rare in the hobby anyway. And like I said, I'm usually accustomed to seeing small stuff, but my gosh, what big eyes you have. That's awesome. Now, not all the snakes that we got in the shipment are big adults. We got a lot of babies and juvies. This one happens to be a really big Neo Cyclops, and really nice connected pattern. I don't know if I showed this animal on the farm or not. I don't think I did, but we have a few. They are all very similar. They have a very vivid yellow color, kind of banana yellow, and different degrees of connected pattern and whatnot, but really beautiful. And again, this animal has had like a couple hours to settle in its cage, so I decided just to take it out with the perch. They don't ship animals with perches, of course. Oh man, that's nice. So this is an Aru, but this is a high blue Aru, and also actually a high white Aru. Really super beautiful. This is not the one that was in my farm video. That animal was actually bigger than this one. This is a different one. Lots of blue spots, lots of white. And Arus are always known for mostly being pretty docile, but this one is really, really nice. It's so cool how it has the dorsal diamonds, and every blue dorsal diamond has some white scales on it. That is really nice. So when they're perched up on their perch, you see the white. You see a green snake with lots of white, but you don't see all that blue spots and all that when they're coiled up. It's really unfortunate, but a snake like this doesn't seem to be too disturbed by being taken out. So that's just the demeanor of the Aru. That's nice. So you guys, now we're circling back. We had to move fast because there's a lot of animals here. This animal has already spent a couple hours in its new cage, and so I wanted to kind of circle back and show you guys some of the animals that stood out to me. Now, this animal is very beautiful in its own right, but the thing that was really notable about this particular one is that it is really big. This is probably a girl. I haven't probed any of these snakes yet, but this particular animal, when I get it out here, this is a really, really big green tree python, one of the biggest ones that I've seen. Really nice dorsal diamonds, little bit of white spotting, unbelievable body weight, but this is big, big, big. And for all my people that are constantly asking me to add females to their collection, to add fresh blood, and of course everybody wants girls, I think we are really going to be able to come through this time around. As you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you followed from the last video. We were on the farm, we handpicked all of these ourselves. And in that previous video, we did not have time to show you guys everything that we did pick. And so I'm gonna show you just a little bit more of those animals, but again, there's so many here. We imported 100 green tree pythons, so there's way too many to show you guys in one particular video. But at some point, maybe in about 1 month, we will have them all photographed and posted first to our Patreon page, then to our website, and then we'll be bringing surplus to the Reptile Super Show. But anyway, you guys, that is a really big, impressive snake. So one of the snakes that I was super excited about showing in this video, I was sent a photo from the farm in Indonesia. I did not see this animal when I was on the farm. And now it's arrived, and it is deep in shed. And I'm kind of disappointed because I was hoping that I was going to be able to show you guys a nice, freshly shed, beautiful green tree. But even in shed, I still want to show it. Going to tease a little bit because once this animal does shed, I'm going to show it again. But on a crazy amount of blue dorsal pattern on this animal. And there's a couple other animals also in this shipment that are similar to this, have a similar pattern with lots of high blue and a small head. And I don't know what that is all about. You can see that the head of this snake is really, really tiny compared to the rest of the body. It's a very short and stout, heavy-bodied snake with a little tiny head. So again, I really don't know what that means, but there's a couple like that in this shipment, and it kind of trips me out. Just something that I notice. When you're like me and you see a lot of green tree pythons, weird little differences like that stand out. Somebody just coming by and just looking at a green tree python probably wouldn't notice the small head. But to me, I notice it a lot. It's very apparent. So when this snake sheds, hopefully in about a week or two, this one will make it in a future video. And I hope it's going to blow me away as much as it blows you guys away. That is a very unique snake. Now, not all the snakes that we got in this shipment are big adults. We got a lot of babies and juvies. This one happens to be a really big Neo Cyclops. And really nice connected pattern. I don't know if I showed this animal on the farm or not. I don't think I did. But we have a few. They are all very similar. They have a very vivid yellow color, kind of banana yellow, and different degrees of connected pattern and whatnot. But really beautiful. And again, this animal has had like a couple hours to settle in its cage, so I decided just to take it out with the perch. They don't ship animals with perches, of course. So another yellow Neo, you guys. This one is shipped to us as a Lere and almost looks really similar to Biak, except it's not biting me. But connected pattern and just starting to kind of muddy up, darken up a little bit. Color change is probably on its way. I don't know if these color change super fast or not. Some snakes will take many months to go through an ontogenetic color change, and some of the localities will do it, like the majority of it, in like a 1 week or 2 week period. Some of them do a drastic change in just a couple of days, so they're all a little bit different. But this one is starting to looks like it's starting to darken up a little bit, so there may be some change coming here pretty soon. So maybe I have my mojo coming now after handling so many green trees. This is a biak. It has not bitten me yet. There might be some live action here in a second, but this particular one stood out to me. It was a red neo. I really like them when they take on this type of appearance. I'm gonna assume, guess rather, that those dorsal diamonds that are edged in black are going to retain into adulthood. It's gonna bite the camera here in a second. I'm sure it's focused, but really pretty. I see a lot of biaks, and I tend to be able to pick up on the ones that stand out. And this is one of those. So I think this animal's gonna be really, really pretty as an adult. There, I told you. And I think this will be the last green tree python. I want to show you at least one sample of everything that we received. So this is a monoquari, a yellow neo, and had a chance to perch up already. So we have a big assortment. We have different sizes of most, and really, really good shipment. It just kind of got better and better as we continued to unpack. So there's a lot of really, really big adults, and then I have a pretty good assortment of youngsters like this as well. So very happy. So this is one of many viper boas that we got. The reason I chose this one to show you is because it shed halfway while it was in transit, and I soaked it, and then I shed the rest of it out. The skin was basically, it shed off from the belly, but not on the top of the snake. So I started from the head down, and I got to about right here on the neck and started seeing all of that white. And so the animal proved out to be like, I guess what I would consider kind of like a high white for a viper boa. They're usually not showing all these colors. Usually viper boas are pretty dark. So I was very impressed by what I saw. Viper boas always, for the first shed in captivity, will present you with an amazing transition. You just kind of never know what you get. It's kind of like opening a Christmas present. And this was one of those. All right, and last but not least, I wanted to show you guys this Aru scrub. I never see them this big, and this animal is super pristine. The iridescence is popping. This is the one with the big eyeballs, and I don't know if it's a biter or not, but I just don't feel like getting bit because I've gotten bit and scratched by a lot of things in the last couple days. But that is an amazing snake. I'm almost tempted to hold on to it. I have two that are bigger like this, and if they're a pair, that would be absolutely amazing. But these are pretty fresh, wild-caught animals. They have not been in holding in Indonesia for very long, and they're here. They're great condition, perfect noses, everything settling in very nicely. And that is a really, really cool snake. It may not appeal to a lot of you guys that don't see a lot of, scrub pythons or focus on the traits or the localities or whatever the case may be, but this is cool. I can tell you from somebody like myself that is very well versed in scrubs that coming across an Aru of this size and condition is very special and very rare. That is so awesome. You can maybe even see the iridescence because I can, and I'm not even in the sun. So that's a really cool animal. This one doesn't seem super bothered by me. Let's see. Maybe I'll try it without the hook. I don't like using the hook for camera purposes. It's just not pretty. But this animal suddenly doesn't seem like it's super crazy. Let me do a twirl here real quick to orient the snake. Come into the sun a little bit and see. Maybe you guys can see some of the iridescence. It's really bright on this snake. I can see it very well. But that is cool. That is really cool. And freshly shed, I imagine this snake will be awesome. Did you know that for decades, kingsnake.com was really the only place to go for reptile education, forums, and classified ads? And what's interesting is it actually started the exact same year that I started my business back in 1997. So that means that this year we're both celebrating 30 years in the industry. And we've partnered with kingsnake.com. So the kingsnake.com site has a brand new look with new features. Link is in the description. Go check it out. All right, so I think that's gonna do it for the video. This is the first of our summer imports. There's a lot more to come. We have a lot of animals that come in different shipments. It's a large volume. We do our best to show you guys the highlights, and you'll see whatever I think is cool in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. We will see you in the next one with another unboxing actually next weekend. Take care.